where you're not, you shouldn't be succeeding, losing the pistols, losing the opening jewels, but still showing the fundamentals in the team play, coordination, as well as the strategy to bring it home. Maybe they'll bring it home in 2. We're going to find out shortly here as we go into the pistol, and Cloud9 will be off on the T side here. So if they have something prepared for this map, we're going to see it pretty shortly, but it starts with a B rush, and there's a couple players here to defend. Cadian barely escapes, but he's alive.
One shot and turns away, tries to avoid getting headshots. Seems to work out for him. Borup, though, he will fall to OC. I thought it was a 180 from Floppy, but it wasn't. Abdullah, that spots one in connector. But where are the other two? Cloud9 trying to push the envelope and push through the B train yard. Floppy now spots one on T-ramp. So I think they've got all the information here. And there goes Stavin. Now it's Cadian versus Free, the man who took one shot and ran away on the pistol earlier on from connector. Still alive to try and clutch things, but there's too much position because Cloud9 are everywhere. And even I can hear from here that they are happy with that.
Yeah, one thing though that's Cloud9 must watch out for is the scouts coming now in this next round, because this is such a good map. Oh, 3 scouts, I love it. I love it when teams get more than 2 scouts. It's so amazing. They get the HEs with those as well. There's a lot of setups for the HEs. There's a lot of spots the scouts can be extremely dangerous, especially with the follow-up of the Deagle and any other pistols. And this could be pretty scary. Caden's actually saving money. He's got 2,000 in the bank, so he can make sure he has the AWP on the next buy rounds. But yeah, Cloud9 have to find a way to navigate this. The dangers here. Borup will get a headshot, but the trades are looking good for Cloud9 so far.
OC with confidence, cutting players 2 ribbons, leaving Snappy and Cadian as they look to clear out the A bomb site. Bombs planted very quickly indeed. Sonic lost earlier, but no real harm done. Cadian now looking to get into position to do something. So obviously he didn't go for the force fire because the AWP has got to be the only priority for your sniper player. You don't want them ruining their money with the team, with the force buys and so on, because if you go into your first full buy and they don't have that AWP, you're just handicapping yourself, and for what? Not much. Cadian's actually got a sneaky taser here. Not a big kill reward on the taser. It's more about trying to collect the weapon afterwards and making things expensive for your opponent, but it will fail, as it often does. Snappy's got a scout for the round to come, and maybe Cadian takes that out of his hands.
I like that Cadian, saving quite a lot here. All the money's in the bank. But yeah, it's a good start for Cloud9. They managed to pick up the anti-force spy, and those rounds are always, as I mentioned, very difficult to deal with if you're a team that's inexperienced, or you don't have the protocols, or you don't have the map preparation, studied up. So we'll see what they can do here. FunPlus Phoenix, that is, with very limited weaponry. Just a scout and 4 USPs. Ooh, there's a tag though, and he's seen a lot of players. This could be dangerous. Oh, there's a headshot from Stavin. How does he get 2? Obviously, one was tagged by the scout, but this spells such dire straits right now for Cloud9. What do they do to stabilize? They've lost the bomb down there as well, James. This is a problem. Guns are being picked up. There's the smoke, but maybe that's a little bit late.
Yeah, I think that smoke grenade is only just to collect the bomb and think of a plan B. They have no position anywhere else. Everything's going to be a scramble. JT has a Mac 10, but what range has he got at this point? No one's near him, really. You can see Snappy is get tagged. He's got no Kevlar, but he's still able to escape. Stavin now with the Krieg, no less, rotating towards the Ivy position. It's so important to control Ivy for a default plant. They'll control it with a smoke for the time being. Stavin looking for a gap. That's a big frag onto Snappy, but still the numbers are only tied.
There goes the Krieg. But indeed, to these players, really, really weak. Here's one of the healthy players. Oh, I think comes through the Floppy. Cadian's got a Galil as well. He could do a lot of damage here. He's very incentivized to try to get some damage in. He's going to be buying next round regardless. So go get some kills. There's one. Probably can't win the round as he doesn't have a kit or anything like that, but he can maybe try to just scrape away another kill here with this Galil. There's Snappy. The jiggle will help him to get the information safely. Oh, can he find a way to get the kill here, or will he just keep the Galil? Looks like he's going to keep the Galil. Oh, okay, well, MTM will die anyway, so just Floppy that lives. That was a hugely successful round for Cloud9, for FunPlus Phoenix, my goodness.
Yeah, very painful round for Cloud9. And again, I think the only silver lining here for Cloud9 is that you want that round to happen at the beginning of the game, not the end of the game where it might cost you the entire game. So it's like, okay, well, we learned something from that. We can't really get away with that kind of thing. So let's just try and adjust that. Figure out a way to limit the variance there. And indeed, of course, AWP is out for Cadian. We've got 5 Kriegs on deck for the T side. grenades avoided for the most part, save for the Molotov, which will take half of MOTM away. Floppy charging out from that ladder room position. S-Tag up top looking for a transfer. You'll get 2 but not 3. Sonic's here doing 2 as well. So we've got a 3-on-3. Things moving quickly as they often do with these Cloud9 T-sides. Snappy and Cadian left now. Snappy holding on for dear life, but can't hold on for too long. And Cadian, I don't even know if he's fired a shot yet, but he's the only one left for his team.
I don't know where he is yet. This is difficult. He doesn't want to scope in and give away some sound cues. And they'll likely plant for Ivy, so Cadian will have a channel there. And, well, okay, it looks like they might go for a safer plant if they are to plant at this bomb site. Maybe they won't. They could try to push together through connector. It does obviously carry risk, and Cadian might find a timing here. Oh, good positions. Floppy slightly elevated there on the old bomb train. And there it is. 4-0 for Cloud9.
It's scary watching the end of some of these rounds for Cloud9. I think they're processing a lot to make their final decision. And it's giving time where things could potentially go wrong, but again, a nervous shot was missed there. And they keep the clean sheet for now. 4-0 for Cloud9. FunPlus Phoenix, though, will be on the buy once again. AWP out as well. Sonic with some flashes into the A-bomb site. So it looks like part of Cloud9's strategy maybe is to just overwhelm a CT side and move faster than they can make calls or react to what's going on, at least in the early rounds, but then the late rounds, things tend to slow down. Smoke on T-ramp, Cloud9 being quiet now as they move through to clear certain areas. Checking all the nooks and crannies above B. And nobody's dead. There was a pop flash, there's a sound cube. But look at FunPlus. They've got 3 players in the B bomb site, so they're prepared for fast plays towards the B bomb site from Cloud9. I mean, whether you choose B or A, there'll be some gamble required. But they're expecting just a burst, basically, from Cloud9. Waiting for that smoke to disappear. Oh, this could end in disaster for C9. S-Tag, he's hungry, salivating for a kill. Floppy's going to have a look. Sees 1, takes out 2. 2 for 2, though. We've got a 3-on-3 now. Has the bomb been spotted? It's in the hands of Floppy. He makes his way into the site. Flash from his teammate. Cadian between the trains will deliver 2 kills. And JT has a lot to do now. 40 seconds on the clock. There's time to do this. But the smoke's disappearing on connector. And that's where Snappy is. Makes his way completely blind. Cadian misses the shot. And he'll finish off the job eventually. 3 kills for him around the bomb site. And FPX are on the board.
That was pretty chaotic, James. I do like the play.
Pretty crazy. 2
CT standing the smoke on the ramp. That's actually pretty epic. But what a shot and a half from Cadian. Really well done. That does save the rounds with those excellent orb shots. Ooh, that's a tasty one right there at the end. And that will be the first round. It was a tough one. Maybe they can keep it going. The money is now spent for Cloud9. They've actually got a deagle on JT, so they didn't have that much going into this. And they've certainly got none left if they lose this round. So a lot of pressure on their shoulders to get some success. And Cadian, he's starting to be mobile. He's starting to do some serious damage with that AWP. He's feeling it, James.
Cadian looking to re-smoke for his teammate. Best to be well-timed, though, because you can see Cloud9 looking to burst. Got to be careful they don't collide with the grenade and give the game away. And now what do they do? Look at FunPlus. They don't really have a lot of map control around A. They're playing heavily in connector for a quick rotation, I would presume. And Cadian is creeping with the AWP. He's going on a fact-finding mission. And there is an angle where he can check Olaf. And if he's got the right timing, he might see JT peeking. Floppy now makes his way into the A-bomb site with some other players in tow. A lot of information, fact-finding to be done by both sides here, but the bomb's on the floor, which is all the information the CTs need. Maybe a flank to be had from Borup, who's looking around on the B-bomb site, moving up the ramp now. Cadian's got the flick for JT. Snappy being boosted as the bomb's planted on the A-bomb site. 4 versus 2. Make it 1. OC alone now.
Really good trades coming through, and he's in a terribly difficult position. Doesn't know exactly where Cadian is. He's got to get this kill, though. Will Cadian peek first? Oh, just jiggling. Now OC's in trouble. He's been spotted. It's all a setup. Cadian doesn't need to take the fight. He sets his teammates up nicely, and there is the defuse. 3 players surviving is brilliant for FPX. And you know what, Cloud9, they can take the bomb plant as a consolation, given the fact that their money is really not in a great place. So that extra $800 per play will be helpful in allowing them to keep pressure up, because they do want to throw something into the ring in this round. And a couple pistols and a couple grenades could allow them to get maybe another bomb plant, maybe another couple kills.
Couple things.
As they kind of wait to have the next big buy in the following round. So let's see what they get here. And again, whatever they buy here is funded by the fact that they got that bomb plant. So
it seems that FunPlus Phoenix have adjusted to Cloud9's early shenanigans. And again, this is the pick of Cloud9. So we need to see some depth from them in the rounds to come. We need to see the plan Bs and the plan Cs. It's going to be the numbers game. Nice up off the ladder from OC, just taking the crosshair away so his teammates can trade. They get the bomb plant, and now they can try and secure even more than that. And Molotov to oil to control the advance of these T players. The deeper they can get, the better it might be for them.
That's the Krieg down on the ground now. It's a really important kill for FunPlus Phoenix to acquire early on into this retake. Stavin just spraying haphazardly through the smoke, and it will be pretty successful. And there you go, the bomb went down and another kill was had. So for Cloud9, they definitely can count this round as a success. I was surprised to see that Bart was playing a really close position, because they should be able to estimate that the Ts would have a buy like this. So normally the CTs will play further back, so it would probably be more likely that they just didn't realize exactly where the money was for Cloud9. Otherwise, we would have seen a more passive B side setup regardless. 3 rounds in a row for the Danes. I'm sure they're pretty happy with that. And as you said, James, it feels like much like in the first map, there's an evolution for how they're playing their defensive side, and they're starting to get better reads on Cloud9.
Indeed, and they will be proactive now, picking up a second AWP onto Snappy. So they're changing their formation, FunPlus Phoenix. See what Cloud9 have to offer. It's a lot of grenades into the A bomb site. Sonic makes his way deep. He's in sandwich now, but he's the only one. Got to be careful with how he positions. Questions asked by Stavin. He'll almost find a player. Sonic taken out by Snappy, and Stavin's dropped by Sonic. We got a 1-for-1. Snappy now smoked off to some degree. Forced to concede. How about that? 3 players flanking through the B bomb site. Now, is there a wide swing? OC, does he expect a second player? Does he look elsewhere? Got to look for the flank, and of course, Borup will start peeking afterwards. Not as deep as his teammate, though. So even though there are 3 men on the flank, 2 remain, but can they activate to get back into this round?
Seems like they waited a bit too long, James.
I think it's worth the gamble for the second player there to peek the same angle from the AWPer. I mean, it's a coin flip, which maybe they don't want to take. Again, there isn't necessarily a wrong decision there, and what I'm doing is more high risk. But there we go. They'll try to avert crisis, keep 3 players alive. A CT side with 2 AWPs is a very strong one. Almost regardless of what else you have, but they have good money. Stavin's got 7.5 grand. S-Tag above 5, almost 6, so there's no shortcomings there in terms of utility and such to be bought. FunPlus Phoenix with 3 of the last 4. And they'll take a tactical timeout now. Stop any momentum that Cloud9 were trying to get. And again, even if they've come into this map, which is their choice, let's not forget, with confidence based on what's happening behind closed doors, there have to be some nerves, because their recorded matches still say 30-ish%.
Well, Floppy's having a game so far. He's 12-3, doing most of the lifting for his team, considering that MOTM and JTO both have 1 fragger each. FunPlus Phoenix are in an interesting position. We haven't really seen so much like straight defaulting from Cloud9, which is, I think, is pretty interesting, because it's kind of difficult sometimes to play against that on the CT side if the T side makes a lot of really just good guesses, because it is more of a gambly style when you're just kind of trying to play without as much map control, because there's less factors that you can kind of control. And again, a very fast round here. Sonic trying to get out there. But again, will we get an adaptation from FPX? Stavin finds the angle through the smoke onto the player standing in sandwich, which was Sonic. So again, that is one of those adaptations. Not allowing Sonic to abuse that position. And now Cloud9, all they have is Ivy, but they're kind of blocked off their ends for the time being. And T main. The CTs have way more positioning. Well, fancy that. Free kill for Floppy. certainly helps.
Yeah, and it's going to force the positions of the teammates on the A bomb site. Stavin taken out, repositioning towards stop sign. Cadian doing what he can, takes out MOTM, he spots second player as well. S-Tag doesn't have the tool for the job there. The range on an MP9 is not going to be perfect. Does some good damage, however, and he's got some information, but Cadian's in an awkward angle as well, so everything feeling really difficult for FPX, but they can come out on top. Cadian's managed to escape, and there we go. Tag onto Floppy through the train. Very nice repositioning from him. Allows him to fall back. S-Tag still in the ladder room with the MP9. Forced away. Bomb planted default. OC watching Ivy. You can see the jump to get into position, create some space for himself, but also stops him from helping his teammate, as there are 2 players coming from Ivy.
This is really tense stuff. FPX need to make a move now, and Cadian's been playing so well. They'll finally be taken down by OC. JT's got a good position. Connector Borup, though, will be able to best him, leaving OC, and they know where OC is. OC just killed Cadian, and beautiful trade set up there by FPX, and they'll have enough time with the kit to defuse the bomb. Again, I got to credit Cadian on this round. Cadian has some great movement. He only got 2 kills, but the angles he was holding, the choices that he was making in terms of the spots he was repositioning towards, made things really awkward. And the longer an AWP is alive, the more threatening it is for the T side. There's certain positions they know they can't take. So even if he's not getting kills, his presence is doing a lot. So credit to Cadian.
Yeah, that reposition was really important. He was so exposed from a few different directions earlier.
Godt snakket, Patte. Woo! Nice. Bum A, vi ligger bagud, eller hvad? Ja, vi ligger nedad.
All the screaming is good for the teams because it's just going to keep up the energy and the positive vibe. Both teams on the buy. Look at this battle sniper mode from Cadian. How did he get so far forward? Borup taking a lot of damage through the wall there. And it seems the charge is on from Cloud9 once again. Brute force, so many players in the A bomb site, so there's plenty of position to be had here. Molotov up by Connector. That spray is almost lethal onto S-Tag, and the mollies will follow as well. Bomb still to be planted. Big HE on default. Cloud9 now. Can they take this one away? Stavin coming in from CT spawn. 4 versus 4 retake here for FPX.
Again, you can see this kind of gamble start from Cloud9, this time going really fast into the inner bomb site, but it might work out quite nicely. This is going to be a tough retake. Some good utility remaining for the CTs to try to keep the pressure up as they start to push forwards down these channels now towards that bomb as it's ticking away. And MOTM has the molly, but the smoke is also there for the CTs. You can see it landing just now. Molly will fail, and oh, OC, there is a trade eventually, but has he done too much damage? JT is right there, ready and waiting, but it's not going to be needed. Enough damage was indeed done, and Cloud9 pick up the rounds.
The interesting thing with those elevated bomb plants when a smoke goes down is if they can't see someone through the top of the smoke, sometimes the comms are like, it's a high plant, it's a high plant. They might not get the spray there. But there were no kits, I don't believe, for the remainder of FPX. And they're forced to scurry away. Bomb's been planted in all of the last 5 rounds. So Cloud9 are getting to a certain distance, but not always taking it over the line. On this occasion, they do. 6-4. 2 AWPs are out once again for FunPlus. You could argue they narrowly have a better buy than their opponent. Galil onto JT and less grenades here for Cloud9. Ouch! That will be heard as well at connection. Floppy trying to contribute more to that damage. Cadian now, does he get anything from this? No, tagged immediately. The shot came in late, and this is all collapsing for FPX. Into a black hole they all go in this round. And they're going to have next to no money left, and that's the bomb. But S-Tag has to ace. No small task here. Minute 20 to try and frag everybody. Only goes as far as 1, though. Cloud9 now in a strong position to close out this half in style.
Yeah, I think this has to be really frustrating for FunPlus Phoenix. I think primarily just because, unlike a lot of opponents they may be used to playing, Cloud9 are playing more of this kind of pug style where it's like we're just going to pick a place and just go kind of fast. And so there's like more DMing, it's very explosive, and Cloud9 are really effective at this style of play. Even though one could argue that it can be gambly, it's the way that they're executing it is being effective so far. So tough times for FPX, and well, we get the old Carrigan Mousesports set up here at the old bomb. And it's
oh no,
it's gonna work out kind of nicely. Ooh, more digs.
The ding, the dong.
Oh
no! Oh no, Dan.
What is happening?
Not the USPs,
no.
not the USPs, not the wooden spoons.
Oh god, a 1v1. This would be absolutely legendary if Snappy could somehow make this work with the USP. Oh, he's done it! I can't believe it. Jesus, a full save, 5 USPs against Kriegs.
Bars of soap in socks is basically how they won that round.
That is just ridiculous.
Oh, God. They took out 2 immediately. I don't know if the communication was there.
You know what? Maybe the Molotov created problems because maybe they couldn't see at all over the molly.
Oh, boy, that was rough.
Oh, no.
You can hear all the clicking as well.
Literally!
Oh, literally. Just in case you didn't have the science there, let me count them for you. That is a disaster. That's changed everything, but now an angry Cloud9 charging into the A bomb site. S-Tag avoiding the Molotov. Beautiful work from him. Takes 2 as well. Really smart play, MTM from the back of the Deagle. This is anarchy on the A bomb side of Train. He's got himself an AWP. Disappeared for now. This is just madness.
Yeah, it has descended into madness. This is what I was talking about. It's just this deathmatch style, just running into the A bomb site repeatedly, the outside site. It's just been so problematic for FunPlus Phoenix. And they just haven't been able to stop Cloud9 from getting out of the choke points. Astralis is a really good team to watch. Just, I guess, just a general statement that...
Could just stop because of finish the sentence there.
Finish the statement there.
Yeah.
But Astralis is a really good team to watch. I actually did a Skybox video where I was analyzing specifically how Astralis do their openers on the CT side of this map to prevent teams from doing what Cloud9 are doing. And it allows Astralis players to basically take every forward position in the A yard without showing themselves once by having a couple. The way it starts is there's a couple pop flashes that hit T main, then a Molotov hits it. Then the way that they jump across from position to position to eventually get to ladder room and to get to Olofmeister, they don't show themselves a single time. It's just actually magical watching Astralis. And this is a level of detail that might be needed to deal with Cloud9 right now, because they are just butchering FunPlus Phoenix when they just run into the outer bomb side, James. This is the pug strap. Just get out there.
The last 2 rounds have been so wild, it's crazy, but there's more to come. We've got a timeout from FunPlus Phoenix. They have a Krieg and an M4A4 to toy with in the round to come. Definitely decisions to be made here. Absolute madness. I just can't believe that USP round, man.
Yeah,
it's been a while since we've seen it's been a while since we've seen a USP round. Yeah, he was saying 4, right? So I guess there was a cameo appearance like somewhere. But all I saw was USPs in the kill feed.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of insane. You don't expect it against Kriegs as well on Train. It's just that just doesn't quite compute. So it's pretty epic. That is pretty epic. Well, I mean, we saw that FunPlus Phoenix had a pretty strong T-side on Nuke. Maybe there'll be a similar story on the second half. So we'll have to... It's hard to know what amount of rounds is good enough right now. But again, we'll see JT's out there, and FunPlus Phoenix are out there as well, looking to trade the kill.
Here we go again. W all the way. Just bearing witness to the headshots, man. MOTM putting in some work, Borup now creeping through. He's got a lot to lose in this round. All things considered, he's got... I mean, I don't know how much money he's carrying, but it might be worth just saving here, just for the pure amount of utility he has for the beginning of the next round, along with Kevlar and the defuse kit. It's 2,000 plus, maybe 2.5.
I'm counting
the price of the incendiary.
It's $3,350 James is carrying. So I just counted it all.
You're crazy.
Hopefully that is accurate. I think it's about accurate.
Doing it live, never a good idea. But yeah, definitely makes sense for him to save. Floppy having a quick look, and nothing to be done there. So Cloud9 moved to 9. Haven't seen a train half as wild as this for a very long time. But it's the pick of Cloud9, and so far so good, just about.
Well, normally you stop this stuff with just, good pre-nades and so on, from the CT side. So, FunPlus Phoenix, they're not kind of locking down those initial choke points successfully enough. There's a variety of ways to do it, but we'll see if they're able to scrape together this last. Well, I was going to say any more rounds, but this last round. This is the last round of the first half. You can see that once again they've got their movement on point here in terms of getting out here quickly. It's Floppy that's in position now. It's 17 for 6 right now, Floppy. Oh, see ya.
That hurts, but that's a gun which will be hard to retrieve for the time being. So the pistols will continue, but everyone's standing around in smokes and just charging through like madmen. And that will cause variance for both sides. Now the gun is going to be retrieved because nobody's here. Oh, OC's got the angle just in time. Gun's taken away once again, and now they've got the choke point. Back and forth we go. Bullets raining down from Floppy. Maybe exposed towards Olbomb. Nope, he's behind ladder. All is well. In that respect, Stavin going towards Ivy now. Brought up the man with Krieg, and he's the only one left now with all those tools he brought in from that previous round. Spots one on the bomb train itself. I'm not sure if Sonic saw him as well. Now all the information is known by Cloud9. They make it to 10, 10-5. A violent, brutal, messy, half full of anarchy and just absolute madness. But it's Cloud9 with 10. We'll see if they can do more than that after the break.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Flashpoint 1. We are going to the second half of map 2 between Cloud9 and FPX. FPX got a shocking result.
That's 4 USBs! Literally 4 USBs!
You heard the man.
4 USBs, but only 5 rounds, James,
Counter.
in that first half.
Even he can't believe it. But indeed, Dan, that was one round of a few on their CT side. They start on the T side now. 5 rounds in the bag. They've got intention. They've got a P250 on Stavin. They've got 2 smokes, a molly, and a flashbang. It's almost all Kevlar, though, for Cloud9. JT will be the smoke diffuse man. And grenades will be deployed. Where does the molly go? Oh my god, I swear, Cloud9 know nothing but W on their keyboards, and it's FPX's turn to W into the A-bomb. So we've got the knife now for OC. Crouches, how on earth has that happened? There's nerves, there's panic towards A, but the bomb's planted on A. I meant B, but A, yes, go. Dan, score.
OC with the combo kill there, knife to USP. Cadian trying to do what he can to defend this bomb. It's not looking too bad in terms of the setup here for the T side. FPX are getting the kills too. That's certainly going to help, but it's a 3v3 here as the TTs will now start to plus forward their way to these kills. They've got to try to find a way to push these TTs out of these positions, and they're doing a great job, my god. They're just crushing it right now. 11-5 here for Cloud9. And yeah, James, it's kind of hard to...
Look at this!
This game's crazy.
Look! He's got a Glock, man. He's got like 1 million bullets.
What do you say about this game so far? Like, it's just madness.
God damn.
Let's go! Let's go. Easy!
Well, nice to see some positive energy from Cloud9. They win the pistol on the CT side. They're winning a lot of pistols, Dan, it has to be said, but can they convert the actual map? So far, so good. 5 rounds away. Miles ahead of FPX at present, who've gone for the force buy. Stavin's out with the Krieg, but we've got a pop flash coming from Sonic.
And there's a MTM and the 3 players. No! Oh my god, James. Oh god, that's got to be so tilting for FPX. They just got absolutely wrecked. 1 pop flash, and they were all destroyed by
Shut
it.
down.
And they're going to pick up the Krieg. They're going to pick up a lot of guns there, and the round's over. This was a force buy for FPX, and they couldn't even run a play.
S-Tag will be finished off, and this might be a brief one. That was a very strong pop flash. Snappy had his back to the wall like he was playing poker in a Western saloon.
James, if I was FPX right now, I would be tilted. Because I would be looking at this game of Cloud9, I'd be thinking, we're better than this. We should be able to deal with all of this, but it's crushing us. What is happening? Why can't we deal with this?
This is, I can only describe this as being blasted by like a water cannon, basically. It's just absolute carnage.
They didn't have anyone playing anti-flash. It's just, you know, whew. It's hard to watch it, James. I feel bad for them.
Well, we've got more efforts into the A-bomb site with these lowly pistols, these honest P250s, but they may be all too honest, or maybe not. Stavin does something, but he's going to get traded by Sonic. They went to 2 vs 2 though, and S-Tag's got a Krieg for a short time. Fast-moving rounds. All the bodies hitting the floor pretty damn quickly. Cloud9 now 3 rounds away from their best map of Inferno.
Do you know what's actually so insane as well is that given the kind of insanity that we have seen on just all the rushes and everything else just throughout this game so far, Floppy's only died 6 times. How is that? That's a statistical anomaly. It's a conundrum. It's inconceivable.
Obviously, he's found one of those buggy vortexes. OC maybe spots one going towards Olaf. Stavin's now going to charge through. Look at this push through the smoke. These are high risk, and I'm not sure about the reward sometimes. We saw it on the T side towards B, which was desperation, but that one maybe not so necessary. JT taken out now by Stavin as well. 5 vs 3 now for FPX as S-Tag makes his way into the A-bomb site. Stavin's been dropped, but maybe he's done enough. OC there to trade the frags now. Borup gets taken out. Cloud9 a man disadvantage. Floppy coming in from the back. He's got a spray down, and it's a 2-on-2.
It is indeed. FPX still need to plant that bomb, and it's an awkward spot because if you go for the plant, there's one player that cannot respond during the period of the plants, of course. And, oh god, that was so close from OC, and he just barely escapes as well. Krieg has position. He's going to peek into it, and he's going to win the battle. Oh my god, S-Tag now is alone against the 2 that remain. He's been discovered. Floppy will go down for his 7th death. S-Tag will make it very difficult. And OC might just hold this. He's going for it. S-Tag can see it. I don't even want to speculate as to whether or not he was in the air when that shot landed, James. Let's just not go there. Let's just not go there.
Well, he wasn't on the floor. Round number 6 for FunPlus Phoenix. Imagine communicating during these rounds. It's just bizarre. Well, they're on the scoreboard in this second half, but the comeback trail is a hell of a long one. Indeed, Dan, he was airborne. And look what that's done to the money of Cloud9. Again, the war of attrition is very, very costly indeed. We've got casualties on both sides, and that leaves Cloud9 with an M4A4 on Floppy and OC and a French gun on MOTM. Sonic's taken out. He had somewhere to be, it seems. We've seen from multiple teams on the CT side, when the CTs have tried to flash through that sandwich smoke, it hasn't quite worked if someone's already in sandwich and they've been taken out. We've seen that yesterday and today now. Definitely some work to be done there. But anyway, Cloud9 have got 4 players remaining, 2 per site.
Cloud9, can they find a way to win this one? I feel like at this point, it's really hard to put anything past them. They've really shown up in some of these weird situations. And here comes the execution of the set piece into the B-bomb site. And there's bodies here. And also on the fast flank is JT on the ladder room. Floppy looking for the timing to swing there as they make their way up sidewalk. Almost gets to the dink onto Borup. And here comes the flank. And there's the bomb. Oh no. Okay, FPX, they had it was a 5v4, I believe. And it's now a 3 versus 2 in favor of Cloud9. I have no idea how they turn this around.
Thank you for that AWP, says JT. Holds the other angle now. Moving up for Stavin. Maybe he's gone too far. Stavin now on a 1 versus 2, having taken out JT. Drops the pop flash, but how did he stop getting traded? Well, he's flashed himself, pulled his knife out, and died. Style points, I presume. 14-6 for Cloud9. That was a rough one. Everything went wrong there at the end.
Pretty much. It was a great read from Cloud9. They just got the information and then they rotated accordingly. And FPX, and what can you do at that point? Just really well played by Cloud9 again.
Floppy's scoreline is just getting more and more ridiculous. 26 for 8. Everyone else has got like an average score, and he's just the bright star of this server for the time being. Cloud9 2 rounds away now from Inferno. Again, of the maps where there is a percentage recorded, this is their worst map, and they chose it as the second map. And indeed, carnage has ensued mostly in their favor. Floppy goes to 27 now. Plenty of action to be had here on Ivy. The pre-fire from Sonic will be good for 1, but maybe a rifle is to be given up. MOTM moving towards Old Bomb, but the smoke is up. He doesn't see anything. Borup's already gone past the angle. Snappy taken out in the meantime. So we've got a 4 versus 2. The bomb, though, has been dropped at Ivy. Kaden trying to do some damage now, but he's miles away from that bomb. What does Borup do? There's no one on the B bomb site, and he's trying to find something, but there's nobody there.
And comes Floppy for the flank as well. Nice shot, Cadian. Floppy hit him in the head, though, with, I think, the 1 bullet that he got off. So Floppy continues to be so deadly. He's powering up. But indeed, the bomb has been surrounded. Perimeter has been set up around it. There was definitely a world. Can't put it past FPX to find a way on this one. And Cadian, he's hitting some good shots here. A couple gnarly Deagle bullets. And we get another one. He's waiting for it. Oh, stunning stuff so far from Cadian. 3 lethal 1 Deags. And maybe there's another to be had. MOTM is in a desperate position. There's a jump. Oh, beautiful for Borup to just bait for Cadian like that. That is some great team play, but what a brilliant series of frags from Cadian.
That's a great turnaround, great Deagle work. Borup was lost in the B bomb site for a while, but the team play as well, the calls on the fly from FTX at the end there was fantastic. For Cloud9 to lose a round from such advantage has got to be a shake to the confidence. That said, even at this point, FunPlus Phoenix have half the score of Cloud9. There's so much more work to do. They have broken the money of Cloud9, however, so that'll certainly help in theory. I don't see another pistol round win coming the way of a CT side here. Had an air raid towards the main position from the CTs, but nobody was there. Borup eats the flashbang, gets a kill regardless. FPX in anti-eco territory. 5 versus 4. Sonic, got to be careful because there is a shadow to be had on Sonic's right-hand side. Cadian will swat him. Good anti-eco so far. No damage taken by FPX, no bomb shown. Got 2 players being proactive on the B bomb site here for Cloud9. Plenty of time for FPX, so there's no concern really for them at this moment.
Floppy and OC, can they maybe get a kill and steal the gun away? Actually finding a decent timing down there, but there's a smoke up, and JT's got the D now. There's a Tango defending against 1, but it will turn around again. Alright, so just like FPX will control the situation effectively, and it's going to be 8 rounds now. They are 6 away from equalizing against Cloud9. Cloud9's got to be feeling great right now.
Whether it's a buy round or an eco round, I've noticed that Cloud9 love dry pushing smokes, which is actually terrifying because a lot of them are being caught, but when you don't catch one, when you're not staring at that smoke, it could cost you a lot. So for the long term, it's pretty scary stuff. A double eco from Cloud9. They'll have the triple grenades, which maybe go into main once again. I think it's going to be a late deployment though this time. See FunPlus just lining up the grenades. There are some warning shots. A crouch peek from JT won't be enough to take out S-Tag. Flash and a swing, spots one on the bomb train. Where are the remainder? There's a ding and a dong from Sonic, and S-Tag's been taken out.
Good movement from Sonic there. Trying to get as much damage as he can. Cadian's really lighting up the server at this point, though. Look at him go. He's 24 for 14 right now, so he's kind of competing with Floppy on the other end of things, who is 27 for 11. And I'm quite curious now that we get the full buy-in from Cloud9. We see double orbs. What is going to be the difference maker here for them? Will this, because FPX can still keep a grip of this. With double orbs, I doubt we'll see an aggression, like Ivy aggression or anything like that. So
Cloud9 tries to slow the pace of these teams, but it seems they can push smokes as well. It's a free fire in case somebody's close, but nobody's close. JT will take out Stabbing by E-Box. JT on default, well actually in the middle of the bomb train rather. Rotating now, going for a boost, and AWP is showing presence from Cloud9 towards Ivy. There are smokes all over the shop. Desperate plants being attempted. We got some shots through the smoke, elevated from OC, but he can't quite hit the mark. 5 versus 4 in favor of Cloud9. These smokes will soon be gone, and then it's really going to get crazy.
Trade comes through now. It's down to the 2 orbs and the M4 here. FPX are getting light on defenders. Cadian's got a lot of work to do because their attack is locked away in ladder room. And here comes Cadian. I don't think they know where he is just yet. They're going to hit the scope. Great shot from Cadian. He's got so much more to be done here as they come off the defuse once again. But Floppy's going to lock it down, and he hits the 30 bomb at the same time. And there's enough time also for this defuse. And Cloud9 move to 15.
15-9. FunPlus Phoenix. They've got money. Snappy's got $8,500, so they can still do something. Again, they got lots of nice positions, but as those smokes started to go, not all the jewels went their way. Cloud9 tried to slow things down with smoke grenades, but they were basically ignored by FunPlus Phoenix. Cloud9 thriving in the Bedlam. North American players always have.
Floppy's been pretty nuts, hasn't he? He's very consistent. I wonder where his ADR is right now.
30-11. Cadian 25-15. Those are the big fraggers at the moment. All right, let's see what FunPlus have left in them here on train. 33% versus 43% for FunPlus, them being the 43, just to be clear. So both these teams having a back and forth affair on train, but this score tells a different story, although each round feels that way. Here comes yet more aggression from Cloud9. Anti-flash with an AWP holding an angle, but JT is going to get taken out by a ladder, and it seems that the A bomb site is going to be assaulted once again by FPX.
Cloud9 playing a gamble stack towards B here has really not paid off for them, as you mentioned. FPX have got a fast position outside. That's a much-needed shot, though, for Sonic to hit, as thins the numbers ever so slightly, and does give a base of control to kind of maybe go for a retake here, as Sonic creates more presence with his AWP. But this is definitely an odd situation for C9. They're out of position. But look at the way that FPX are not yet planting the bomb. It's a standstill at the moment. And OC, oh, that's a miss and a half. That was a chance.
Stabbing only sees one. He doesn't realize there's a second sniper towards Old Bomb. So if one rattles off, they may make a mistake depending on where the other one is. Default plant coming in, trying to avoid the spray from under the train as well with the angle. But there is no spray. Oh dear, lots of noise being made as it looks to boost, and I think this is expected by Snappy. They've made a mistake here. Does he see the barrel of the gun? Hard to tell. Surely he sees it by now. There we go, there's the elevation. Snappy being patient, takes out MOTM. He knows another one's in connector. There's 2 people rotating now, and Sonic falls away, and maybe it's time to hold on to this round. S-Tag having a look, and he's going to get taken out, but I don't think Cloud9 will be going for this one. A bit clumsy in connector, maybe a bit nervous. Gave a free kill to FPX, which basically closed out the round.
Yeah, I think there's some concessions you have to make in a situation like this, because Cloud9 they went for a gamble stack towards inner, and FPX did basically what was the best play possible, which is, and effectively Cloud9 suffer a build order loss in that sense, because FPX took really fast control in the one bomb site which Cloud9 were not stacked in, right? So at that point, you have to just say to yourself, hey, this was a gamble and it didn't work out. Don't overcommit after that point, trying to save it in a very low percentage position. So they gave up too much money there, I think, James. 2
AWP still on deck for Cloud9. They'll want to some degree, go to battle sniper mode and try and get an early advantage for their team. Acadian's going to be the one with a no-scope through Floppy, pushing a smoke, of course, on the B bomb site. That was low risk for them, though. It's an information play in some regards as well with the USP, and already Cloud9 are focusing on the A bomb site. Again, MOTM, another information man. He is expendable, and he will be expended. Seems it's Operation Protect the AWPs at this point, but they'll have to deal with Stavin, and FPX is still playing an information game, not committing to anything just yet. JT, the last expendable person. Is there going to be a trade frag? No. Looks like they may lose everything. Trying to bait the final shot now, and FPX will have plenty of time to go for the elimination. Everything must go, and it does. 11 rounds for FPX.
So I think this is some of that that experience, we're talking about Cloud9 as well. I think there's been a few different ways they could have played some of these past rounds that are a little bit better, and it's taken a while for FPX to start to get themselves going, but they are finally doing that. Although of course it is against game point. We'll see if they can, or map point I should say, we'll see if they can complete the comeback to overtime. Right now Cloud9 are not looking too hot all of a sudden. The wind seems to be taken out of their sails. But FPX have a lot more work to do, of course. Some forward names will create a situation where FPX can't really go for a fast push. Four-man setup there for Cloud9, ready to defend. FPX go in, and there's a trade, but there is some position too for FPX, so they'll be happy with this. They just have to keep themselves alive, and that's a great defense there as well. Cadian is just popping off.
2 versus 4. Cloud9 in no man's land at the moment. With the smokes up, though, there is a small chance this could turn around. Floppy fishing for something. He's got a little cover from OC, but not really. Creeping around now. No one's on this side having a look, and Snappy goes down for free, maybe faking there. Lego Stavin as well. 2 versus 2 now. Cadian delivers yet another one, looking for his 4th. Floppy, I think he knows someone's by E-box. He's seen it now. S-Tag shows some elbow. There's plenty of time as well. FPX, though, the bomb is on the floor near Floppy, so that's the big issue here. Cadian's going to get drilled a little bit, but he's still alive. Floppy really trying to hold on as much as he can. He just can't quite make a fatal connection. Down to the pistol, and it might be that to do everything. 13 HP for S-Tag. Repositions now, has a quick peek. Such nervous time. S-Tag has to deliver here. It is game point for Cloud9. 27 seconds left on the clock. Floppy just being patient, committing to one side. S-Tag creeping, waiting for reposition, but there is none. Does he walk into the crosshair eventually? Getting closer to the bomb. Does he see the barrel of the gun? He does! And FPX is still alive.
Oh, that was a close one. I gotta say, James, Floppy is actually so nuts. Like, he's actually so good. The fact that that looked doable is kind of ridiculous. Cadian, if not for Cadian is having a sick game right now. He's saving them so many times.
There's S-Tag creeping.
Nice! Woo!
Energy, he's happy with that. No one's given up on this game just yet. 3 rounds away now, and they've broken the CT side once more. There was a timeout from Cloud9, which is about to expire, and it's another crappy pistol round. They were so close, and now they're so far.
If they go for a full save here, they might be able to have 2 buys before the end of this, before into the 30th round. So I really don't want to see them buy almost anything in this round. We get a Kevlar and Floppy and a... Is that Deagle? So they are investing slightly here. Floppy spent the most. He spent over $1,000. But there's only 3 rounds left, James.
Yeah, is that a worthy investment, really?
I think they needed to save every penny here, but we'll see how it plays out. It's going to be an Ivy stack. But I think that'd be quite nice for the T side. Just a nice little lineup, conga line for the crease to go to work. There is some damage there, Floppy. Oh, he might get another chance. And he might get a gun as well. His arms are simply not long enough. And it will be a 1v3 for OC. But he's only got a P250.
Well, does he lurk around Ivy and try to collect a weapon once they rotate? Can't imagine with the urgency at the moment that they would look to protect the weapons and spend time throwing them over the wall. FunPlus have no map control. They do have a 3v1 situation though, which means that they have to expect a trade frag situation. Although they're all split up right now, trying to find the information. But again, all the guns are down towards Ivy, which Borup still has an angle on. They're up against an ecoing player. They may not know what weapon he has, but how much time do you want to spend like this? So there'll be one escort with the bomb, it seems, and they will indeed go for the disposal service. So they're going to spend the time to be super careful. They go to guns. Now, in theory, S-Tag should go with them. I think they'll wait for him. Time is running low, though, which does worry me. Because, again, it's all about the trade frags. Simple as that. The trade frags and secure the bomb plant. OC with a funky angle. Now there's Cadian with the smoke. He's able to reposition. Cadian committing. Oh, he's run out of bullets. That was really close for everybody. Surely now he's doomed. Indeed he is. A window of opportunity to make things super weird, but couldn't quite find a shot in the smoke.
All right, let's see how the money goes here, James, because they're going to get max loss bonus if they lose this round. Let's say they lose this round, FPX get 14, there's one more round left. Max loss bonus. The only person who's got anything left in the tank is going to be Sonic with $1,200, more or less. And they only get $3,400. So if they had not spent the 500 to 1,200 in the previous round, they'd be able to have 2 full buys, effectively. But if they win this round, doesn't matter, I guess. So we'll see if they can do that.
They did take a timeout and still spent the money, Dan, so there's something to think about for the future. But right now, it's about now. HE with no molly down the ladder room. Again, if you look at like a Virtus Pro, they have more complicated strats, which are very effective with utility for that position. But here comes the burst once again from FunPlus. Borup taken out first. Floppy's on the bomb site itself. Got bombs trying to be planted now. Floppy doesn't get much of anything out of it. We're looking at a 4 versus 4 retake. All of FPX on the site with Cadian keeping an eye on a potential flank, but doesn't look like there will be anytime soon. 2 players stuck in connector, buying a Molotov for the time being for Cloud9, and OC's waiting for a peek.
What's really difficult here is that there is almost no utility for Cloud9 to retake this. And so this is going to require some really great shots. JT's going to start off the action. He's going to try to move through the smoke here. Will they actually suspect this? Snappy will get taken down. There's a trade, though. JT's doing so much damage. It's just up to Cadian. Again, he's been time and again, far and away, the best performer for FPX on this map. He's 32 for 16. He's in a 1v3. That will delay the defuse here. He's going to have to get up close and dirty with the AWP, but the cover's there and there was no kits. Is there going to be time for this?
Oh, it's going to be close.
I don't think there's going to be time for this, James. It's going to be so close. Oh my God,
no!
He has made it. No kit, James.
No
Maybe
kit,
they should have saved some money.
No smoke. That molly was the MVP. I was thinking, like, hold on a second. Cadian might not even need to take the bomb planter away. If he did, obviously, it was guaranteed. But
oh, God.
There we go. And indeed, Floppy, how much did he spend? He's got 3,400 now.
He spent 1,250, I think it was.
So he, yeah, as you said, Dan, he could have had 2 better buys. Let's see how they spread the wealth. I love how teams where English is not their first language still shout nice. Even the Russians do it sometimes. Nice.
Nice. Okay, well, we'll see if they can find a way to bounce back in this final round. It really does seem like FPX have hit them with a gut shot, winded them entirely, and they don't seem to be able to get up off the floor. You know, it was a cool call to go for that B set piece, mostly because Cloud9 were light on nades. And so, you know, normally if you do a really fast set piece, it's kind of bittersweet because you'll probably get the bomb site, but because it's right at the beginning of the round, the CTs will have full utility still. But that wasn't the case there for Cloud9. They didn't actually have that much for the retake.
Molly's around main, facing the wall to avoid flashbangs, but you can't avoid Borup, who charges through. That diagonal spray is doing great work, but so is Sonic. He's taken out now, 3 versus 3, kept it winnable. And they've got the choke points, Cloud9. MOTM taking Borup out finally. 3 versus 2. Is this the round that Cloud9 needed so much? The molly towards Sandwich. MOTM's taken out. OC's surely got the sound cue there. Cadian's gone past to hell. Surely OC knows this is possible. From JT's angle, doesn't look like he knows that at all. OC still not turning around it whatsoever. Where's the communication? There seems to be no realization, but Cadian's seen him. Focusing on the other side, he thinks no one knows where he is, but they both do. He's in a meat sandwich and he's the meat. This is going to be painful. Nothing but hyena teeth coming, and we're going to overtime. FPX have brought it all the way back. Cadian's going to need some electrolytes after all this shouting.
Man possessed.
Look how red he's gone. What a release of energy.
Yeah, man. That comeback, and it's going to feel great for Cadian because again, he's lifting heavy, man. He's setting personal bests left and right. He's been on the creatine, he's on the anabolic steroids, James. He's got the gains. Look at him. He's 34 for 17 right now. He's been carrying his team through so many desperate situations, and they got to the overtime. He's done his part.
Damn, Cadian went to the Bahamas, but his skin's gone white again as we are into overtime now. 3 AWPs on deck, 2 of them on the Cloud9 side. Sonic and OC scoping their way to a third map, or trying to, but surely the advantage is with FPX now. C9 unable to do it in normal time. And that's kind of some of the grenades I was talking about earlier, but not quite together on that occasion.
I think he wanted to shoot a shot there. May have actually connected as well.
So the molly combo is the molly out the window that goes from the outside inside, and then double HEs when they run forward to avoid the molly. That's the hunger buster, the combo meal deal.
Good work for JT to hold on to the ladder room position. You can see the utility has been expended to try to take this position away from the CTs, but speaking of position being taken away, MTM was defending his stab and he tries to gain some additional control. And here comes the totem pole drop, and it's going to work out for the trade, but it's a 3v4. Cadian's posted up. Sonic's ready for this. Unless there's something to... I don't know how successful Cadian can be here. He's really pinned down. Yeah, you can see that Sonic and MTM are both ready to respond to that play. They knew it was coming. It's always the way, isn't it, James? It looks like Cloud9 are set up to win the... they haven't won a CT round in so long. They needed it for so long. But I shouldn't speak too soon here because Snappy has found a forward position. Floppy seems aware of the possibility, though.
Oh, there we go. I was about to ask if Floppy had the trigger discipline, but it doesn't matter. Borup, he did big damage earlier on the A bomb site. Can he do it on B? He's in a 1 versus 3. The mollies are on the way. They're lining up for him, and 2 are gone immediately. The flames are forcing him forward, and Sonic, of course, is here to trade. He's had a lot of impact frags, and there's another one. Cloud9 will take the first round in overtime. Really going down to the wire now.
That was expensive, though. They did lose 4 players.
It doesn't matter. It don't matter.
All right, 16k, never mind. Never mind. Okay, well, Borup almost saved that with this double. Look at this. He can't believe his luck right there, I don't think. Especially considering the way that the Krieg spray is. He doesn't even have to adjust.
Yeah, the Krieg spray is very welcoming.
Yeah, super easy.
I love it. Right then, we've got the 4 Kriegs in AWP for FPX. 2 AWPs out once again for the likes of Cloud9. But it's really about who comes out on top of the carnage. On an eco, we saw Floppy push this with a USP, the smoke. This time he's there with some sorcery. So many players. And there's the flashbang. He eats it. They're all going to go past. This could be the biggest flank of all time. 1, 2. Oh, he can't get the third. It'll slow them down, though. That could have been so much worse.
Yeah, they're left with enough to maybe actually still win this round, but OC will take down S-Attack. That was the forward position for FPX. They really needed someone in a forward position. Cadian, look how desperately they need it. Cadian's going to push it with an AWP. He's scoped in as well. There's so much he can't see whilst he's scoped in, and he's completely missing the play coming from CT. MOTM, who will annihilate him, once again leaving Borup in this position in the 3v3, and then once again, Sonic's going to take him down. And that's 2 in a row for Cloud9 at the beginning of overtime on their CT side. Why couldn't they find the success on the in regulation? I don't know, but we're going to get to that territory soon, James, with Cloud9 going to the T side, and that, I don't know if I can take it again. I don't think I can deal with it.
Taking the first 2 in overtime will certainly be a relief for Cloud9. Again, FPX, they came into this overtime with so much energy, but where is that energy now? They can't go 0-3 on their T side. More or less the same buy as we saw before, but Floppy's got the Krieg now rather than an M4 they would have started with. So let's see how things differ for the last round here in the first half of overtime. Got to be careful towards B. We saw that play from Floppy earlier. This time he's going further back on the B bomb side to mix things up. He has OC for the fast rotation in connector. 2 players around Ivy for Cloud9. FunPlus with 2 by T main, and some presence above B. Look, you can listen to all the Molotovs and flashbangs and smokes, all concerned of a fast play, and here is that fast play. Molly a little too early, goes straight into the smoke, but Floppy will deliver the first frag.
He's got a good defensive position. His teammates are in there in time as well. It's looking fantastic. Floppy and OC annihilating this push, stopping it dead. FPX with just 1 left. Snappy has so much to do here, and he's lost the bomb is lost too, so that's the first objective. Can I find a way to get the bomb? He's got some time to do it, but he's only got so many places to go, and there's so many CTs, and there you go. 3-0, clean sweep from Cloud9 on the first half of overtime 1 on the CT side. That's going to feel pretty damn good.
Yeah, definitely a relief for Cloud9 after being forced into overtime. They had game point for a while. Now we can go back to the anarchy of Cloud9's T sides, charging into the A bomb site. Surely that's going to be the play. 2 AWPs for FunPlus Phoenix. Snappy and Cadian will pick up the scopes. And it's a Krieg party for the most part on Cloud9, of course. Let's see now. Floppy with the most forward spawn, it seems. How far will he go? Flashbangs to blind S-Tag as he makes his way toward ladder room. Floppy by Olof. The only one in the A-bomb site now. Will they target him? You can see Snappy looking down from Ivy towards this position. Goes up, elevates, pops down again. MOTM creeping towards Ivy. Not too concerned at the moment is Snappy. Repositioning away from Ivy, in fact, after throwing the smoke. Floppy waiting to spot some feet. He's a footman. Looking for them by that stop sign. So we can see OC's been taken out. So another 4 plays for Cloud9. MOTM still staring at that smoke in Ivy. Floppy now, things will be awkward. He can't swing too much to his right-hand side because he knows that there could be a scope on him. And that's why he drops the smoke.
So ultimately, they tried to play against an overreaction from FPX, which just never came. And this is kind of part of the problem. If you're able to slow down the push enough with your utility, the T's kind of get just stuck in their positions and they can't overwhelm you. So FPX, they may have to find a different approach. We'll see. I mean, Cloud9 that is, sorry. In the following rounds. But you can see here it's just a slow bleed. Eventually, Floppy will also die, it seems. So let's go for it. There you go. It's a clean sweep. There's lots of Kriegs to be collected. But yeah, so I think they should just keep going with what was working, James. Just hammer it.
Yeah, I feel like this is maybe one of those overtimes where there'll be slow, painful deaths in the first 2 rounds, and they'll do in the 3rd round what they should have done in the 1st round. And maybe it won't work, maybe it won't. Cloud9 take a timeout perhaps to discuss this very thing. Lads, shall we just rush the A-bomb site? A show of hands, perhaps.
Cadian and Floppy both racing to be the first to get 40 kills. Floppy is closer. He's at 37. Cadian at 34.
37 for 19 for Floppy, not too shabby. Only the 1 Krieg for FPX, which may be a blessing. I was wondering if they'd all managed to pick some up at the end of that round, but the answer was no. So there'll be 3 scopes on the 5 players for FunPlus Phoenix. All CT rounds so far, as you can see, in overtime. Sonic will be looking to break that mold. 4 players start in the A bomb site for FunPlus. Cadian avoids the flashbang deliberately, as you can see there. Oh, he's just, I think he pressed left before he fired the shot there. So it wasn't accurate. It did go into the wall, as you can see the mark on the wall. Deep smoke into main. That's a nice response, but how can they slow things down towards the B bomb site? There are 3 players above B at present, holding angles. You can see Cadian standing on oil as Borup looks to creep up. Now, maybe there's a pop flash to be had here. MOTM lining things up at the same time, creating some space. What is the response from Cadian? A smoke towards the ramp now. Borup inside the smoke. They'll be blocking, but who's going to realize first and start spraying? There we go. MOTM. Sorry, Borup's going to be the one to deliver the kill. And OC suddenly is in a 1 versus 3. Make it 2. Running over towards the bomb, but he won't make it back to the bomb site to plant. Now, are we going to see that rush into the A bomb site, Dan?
I think the answer is 100% yes, James. 100%. If you look at all of the success Cloud9 have had on their T side, it's by rushing the A bomb site, and they have all these set nades for it. So I don't understand a world where they don't go with what works about 100 times. You know, it didn't seem like FPX were like actually struggling to adapt to it. So here I say it with certainty. Let's see if we're gonna get it again. Actually, they're saying 2 to Ivy, so we're not gonna see that crazy A yard hit. They are mixing things up once again. It looks like more like a default. They didn't really default out very much at all. I don't think they set foot in Ivy in regulation.
MOCM once again staring at the smoke. Sonic's going to make his way out. Doesn't see anybody just yet, but surely someone spots legs around E-Box. Indeed they do. Sonic's taken out. Here's the swing once again from Floppy through a smoke, focusing on one side, taken out from the other. Cadian around the bomb train now, making it a 4 versus 3, just about with Stavin on 4 HP. Light on grenades now are both sides. Cadian's boosted up. Maybe JT hears that from E-Box, I'm not sure. MOCM in the smoke takes out Snappy. He has control of Ivy for the time being. Does OC? Oh, he hasn't seen it at all, has he? And that's the bomb lost. Plenty of time, but not numbers. FPX still one man to the good. MOTM showing presence, flashing for his teammate. Not sure if he sees the elevated connector position. And there's Stavin now. And now it's MOTM alone. 1 versus 2, having taken Stavin out. Dancing towards the bomb. So many angles to be concerned with.
Yeah, this is so hard. He knows he has time, so he's going to go for a bigger rotation around instead of just beelining it to the bomb. But look at the way that FPX are playing. They're playing for a trade here. They're very close to one another. And then playing those ranges. The Krieg obviously great at range as well, but Cadian's on that AWP. He's been so good, so consistent, so steady and stable for FPX so far. MOTM on the bomb, and Cadian lands the shot, and it's a 3-round sweep. And James, I just cannot believe that Cloud9 didn't go with what's been working. They slowed it down. They tried to default. They didn't default at all in regulation. They never went to Ivy at all, ever. And yeah, it's crazy. This is so crazy. They still almost won that round. That's, to be sure. It still ended up in a madness. But yes, just what a crazy game.
And the crazy game continues. 18 apiece.
You got to say that when you get to overtime, it just breaks everyone. Everyone's minds just becomes a scrambled mess.
Cloud9 will continue on the T side. The 4 Kriegs and AWP for OC. Floppy looking to charge into the A bomb site once again, staring at the floor to avoid the flashbang. Smoke's just about getting up in time. Another push through the smoke, another one that fails. Both teams keep doing that. I don't know why they keep trying that. It never seems to work. Floppy now is going to have his teammate help out for him. Charging, taking all of the A bomb site. Finally, mollied away by his own teammates, but it's okay. They've got a 5 versus 3. They've got great map control. Bomb needs to get planted, though.
So there we go, James. They did it, and it worked.
Ran
out to the A-bomb site straight away. Didn't waste any time. Stavin and Borup now really struggling to find a way back into this round. So they're going to do what they can. Obviously, there's just so much money that you might as well just try to go for it, but it is not going to work out for them here, I don't think. Borup is going to struggle to land that spray, and Cloud9 will pick up a T round. If they just keep rushing the A-bomb site, they're going to be fine. It works so many times. FPX proved that they cannot stop it.
Problem is, Floppy has the worst spawn possible right now. Maybe Sonic will have to pick up the slack in that respect. We'll see what they choose to do. So Floppy's behind all his teammates. Sonic was more forward though, but we'll see if they run the same thing with different personnel. Indeed, there he goes. Sonic's turn to start bouncing through the bomb site. Stavin just about sees him, and Caden will puncture his chest. Stavin very aggressive in the ladder room. HE goes up and does a lot of damage. Floppy on 40 HP now. I think it did 10 to him, but I mean, that's still a lot, relatively speaking. Now what's the play here? The smoke deep into the ladder room. Stavin tries to block it. Molly on the inside. Denial of information. FPX with 2 players deep in B, however. S-Tag and Borup. Stavin's close enough for a rotation, but the AWPs are committed to Ivy and main.
Yeah, I think... Well, I'll hold the fort because the push will come in immediately. Whoa, that's an insane shot from OC. S-Tag will get baited a little bit, but he's able to get to double. Maybe there's more in store for S-Tag as he picks up 3. And now there's serious issues here. And JT will go down as well. S-Tag with a beautiful quad kill there. That is quite the hold from him.
19 apiece. Who takes the thin lead as they swap sides? This is really important for Cloud9. They want to get to their best map of Inferno.
I was going to say as well, at that point in the round, if a T-side is trying really hard to remove the player from ladder room like they were, and the CTs have all the information, IV and T main, it's going to be an inner hit as well. So I think FPX knew that was coming.
OC with the AWP to be the first man. He seems to know his limits. The legs are spotted by Snappy now, and Cadian's just going to charge in their battle mode. He's running in hot, and he's very aggressive indeed. They've kept control of the choke point for now. There's a deep smoke, and now Cloud9 are going to have real trouble because they've really had that charge into the A bomb site as a crutch to success on their T sides, but that's been taken away. And once again with another smoke. The bomb now moving, swinging towards Ivy. Snappy could get caught out throwing the grenades here. MOTM is above. You can see his teammate showing presence behind. That's going to catch Snappy off guard.
Let's push those smokes. Let's go. It really did catch him off guard. Stabbing will quickly try and control the flow of T players there by taking that backline's position. And he's got assistance too. Borup is with him. They've completely abandoned the B bomb site, which is a problem because Floppy has now discovered this. He's pushing in on the flank. There's options here. They could rotate the bomb to B, or they could commit to A with this flank. And that's what they're going to be doing here. Floppy, how many will he get? There's 2 players there. And oh, this is going to be so devastating. He might try to just wait, but no, he goes for the first frag almost instantly. That's going to create so many issues. Borup now is going to spot him, and he takes him down straight away. That actually could save the round.
Yeah, almost looks like the rotation might have been the better option here because only one player was dealt with because of that flank. Now the bomb's on the floor and all the chances are going bit by bit, but Sonic is delivering once again as he often does. 2 versus 1, 17 seconds, and there's the last man, Stavin. Quick reload for him versus MOTM, both with Kriegs dancing around either end of the train. MOTM goes up, but Stavin's just falling back towards Connector. He's got the angle, but MOTM's got a headshot, and it's 20 rounds for Cloud9.
That's so crazy, James. And it's Floppy there. It's the 40 bomb first, as you guys can see. Well, actually, you can't see it. I can see it. He's 41 for 24. Kenny's at 39 right now. And that was a really interesting situation because that flank, they needed to be, you know, when Floppy was hitting the flank like that in connector, his teammates needed to be further forward or even almost taking contact before he gets the hit there for them to be able to help each other out. So that, as you said, it was really precarious. But they close it down, and it's down to the clutches, as it always in overtime is. And what are we going to see from FPX now? You know, how are they going to spice up their T side? They need to find 2 rounds at least. First team to 22 to win this in overtime too. Good position for Floppy with the AWP, and he won't miss.
Falling back now is Floppy. They're confident enough to leave him alone on the B bomb set, but as we can see, Snappy is behind enemy lines. Floppy's gone all the way back, but will he see Snappy? I don't think he's really considering this at all. And, oh, there it is. I was about to say Snappy's surely gone too deep, but he hasn't. There's a just-in-case rotation from OC to look at lower, while Floppy concentrates on upper. They don't know how deep FPX were towards B bomb site behind Snappy there, so they'll be careful. Very timely smoke on lower. OC waiting for a flashbang. You can see him peeking every so often so as not to get caught, but he chooses to go back towards the A bomb site where things are reasonably calm. 5 versus 3. Floppy still alone on the A bomb site now. B bomb site, excuse me. Here comes a high flashbang. Floppy sees it all day, watches the cross now. No rotation just yet though. They're still staying 4 on the A bomb site, and now it's too late.
Yeah, poor timing for Floppy. And there's a way to salvage this yet, as FPX get forward position on the B train yard. Forward flash for OC, but all the frags for FPX. Oh, this is so strong. Oh, hello. Stavin will back away in time. And Borup will finish it off.
Cloud9, they outgamed themselves there, leaving Floppy alone on the B bomb site in a 5 versus 3. There were no challenges coming in from any of the choke points. They had passive angles, to be fair. They weren't looking down Ivy. They were at the very back of the train, but they have to feel like they threw away that round.
Oh, for sure, man. Floppy got 2 kills with the AWP before the T's had any position. That is really rough. It can't be the Floppy show, but
yep.
So far it has been.
Can't believe we've just done this. That was a game point.
Free! Nice one, come on!
No. Spawn again.
Well then, there's still time to recover from the error, but that was a big one. At this point, 5v3, that was a big one. Soon be back into the game. Timeouts have come and gone. 2 AWPs on deck for Cloud9. If you can't convert that advantage, 3 AWPs, excuse me, I didn't see Floppy's one. It is Brighton T-Spawn, which is where the HUD was. Floppy now will take out the first player. So here we go again. Let's not lose this one, I'm sure he's saying, or thinking at least. Opening kill, no response from FunPlus Phoenix. They've got no one racing into the A-bomb site, so maybe another slower round here.
Yeah, Cloud9 are playing really safe right now. They don't have any info, so they're playing this 2-3 setup. And it's not great to be in this position. You kind of do want to have 4 players towards A if you possibly can. And there goes the push to play for info, and it's going to be the frag for Snappy. And now they're going to try to rotate through connector, but this is the problem. There are smokes on connector, and that's going to really limit vision and possibilities here for Cloud9. They'll do what they can, and the ops are really working beautifully well. FPX, they couldn't get the ground that they needed behind the smokes, and Cloud9 are hitting all those shots. Beautiful work from them. 21-20 for Cloud9. One more round, James, and they have won map 2.
That was a really clutch peek from Sonic after the kill near Sandwich. He sees the player going past D-box for his teammates to deal with. That was super important.
3 orbs. Nice.
Yep, that was a game changer. So another game point for Cloud9. On the map they chose with their worst statistics. Third map, the one with their best. Can they take it there? Another chance lies in wait. 3 AWPs continue. Very well timed incendiary towards T-Main. 2 players waiting in B for the time being. OC on that quick rotation by Connector. And the charge is on A. JT is very, very blind and in a lot of trouble as well. Down. Oh, he doesn't go down. That's a disaster.
The trade is there, though. But, well, the triple orbs work out once again. Snappy with a forward position. Sonic with a peek just in the nick of time to take down Snappy on the trade, leaving Cadian in a 1 versus 3. 4 orbs. 4 players. Cadian picks off another one, but there's the trade from OC. Great performance from him, really making things a lot easier. Floppy, of course, 45 kills. Absolutely epic display of fragging power from Floppy. Basically doing whatever the team needed, James. Entry fragging, lurking, AWPing, anchoring. Just like whatever it is, Floppy is a safe pair of hands.
A very explosive game of Train. Again, a big question mark as to why Cloud9 picked that. Maybe we'll get the thoughts at the desk soon enough on that respect. But indeed, we will be going to Inferno. All that comes after the break.